What's going on, you guys? Today's a little bit different. I've been running myself ragged here, trying to build something, and I've been looking for an answer to where I belong here in Elm Creek, and just this farm. No matter how hard I work and how much Andrew and some other people have helped me, it still feels weird to be here after 5 years now, and I don't know if it's fate or what, but recently I had a couple visit. This is actually they left about 20 minutes ago. This is their third time visiting, but they moved here about 3 weeks ago. They're living in a small rental right now, but they're farmers and they're looking for farmland to buy. They got quite a bit of money. They want to be close to the main stretch here because it's close to the wife's work and it's close to the kids' school. And I mean, they talked to Andrew about a month ago a couple of times, and he's told them he's pretty set. He's a lot older than I am, though. So, but these past two visits with them, they've offered me. I got Andrew wanted to try out the combine. That thing's dirty from all the work I've done this morning. But yeah, they've offered me, I mean, quite a bit of money for my land here, every single bit of it. The They want to tear down the silo and get rid of the greenhouses and all that, and build a small little farmhouse and a shed and get their equipment in here. I mean, they don't even want to keep. They only want to keep mainly that large field I've created. This field and the other medium-sized one I've created. They're not even interested in that land, but they're willing to buy it and resell it just to give me a lump sum. And I think that that might end up being where I go to, is to just get out from underneath something that I don't feel like is necessarily all mine, if that makes sense. I mean, I bought the abandoned farm, sold the equipment that was here, and I've established something pretty good here. But this is I've been pacing in the field while he's been uh, trying out that combine. But I mean, asking him about it, he said, do whatever would make me happy. And to be honest, there's a farm on the other side of the baseball field and everything that's come up for sale. And with the money they want to give me for this place, which is, I mean, it's more money than what it's worth probably by a little bit, but they really want it and they want to get in here quick. So, and I mean super quick. They're saying they want to write me the check and then building their house here by the end of November. I mean, that's a month and some change for me to get all my stuff out of here, make sure I can secure another place to live. If I can't secure that farm that entices me on the other side of town there, then I would have to find a rental or something and then find somewhere to store all my equipment. And storage for a combine has to be high. But yeah, me and Andrew are gonna finish up my soybean field here, and it's just a lot of stuff to think about. So I think I got a lot to think about, and I'll probably get back with you guys in November, and we'll see what's happened, I guess. What's going on, guys? A lot's changed since the end of last year. Welcome to Creek's Edge Farm. Now I ended up caving in and selling the farm in the center of town there for a good 1.3 million. So it gave us a lot of money to acquire some assets here on our new land. We've got the workshop, very large house now for the family, so that's a blessing. But yeah, we've got the workshop here with our one of our newer tractors, the Massey Ferguson. Good for pulling the baler when we're doing oats now. It's nice that we can work on our own equipment. It's quite a beautiful compound here. We've got a Zetor tractor with our roller on it. We switched to Fiat over with a sprayer kit. We've got a Klaus now as our main powerhouse. Got our baler, got the same combine, and that saved us a lot of money to be able to purchase a trailer, a cultivator, and a planter and seeder, which we need. We've got our bale loader here, nice trailer, and it can haul everything else. Got our header on a cart. Now for the fields that are ready to be harvested, by the way. We've got our oats and a field of canola here. I'm thinking about making this into one field this year. That'll be something fun to do. Now on the other side of the road, which we also own, we kept it simple this year. With the stuff that was already grown, we've got soybeans in both fields to our left. We've got oats in the field to our right. And right up ahead, we've got two huge fields of canola. So we're looking at pretty good harvests on 3 crops this year. So yeah, things really did end up working out. I can really see me and my family growing here. So eventually, maybe even buying this field here. A guy down the road owns it right now. He's got cotton on it, so I don't really want nothing to do with cotton, but after this year's harvest, who knows? So yeah, we've got quite a bit of money for that farm in the center of town, so we were able to really expand this little farm when I bought it. Only thing original here is the house. Everything else we were able to put in. So I can actually say I'm not confused about what we're trying to do anymore. So yeah, we'll put the ATV away and we'll get ready to start our harvest for this year. What's going on, guys? It's August. I just finished up some baling this morning and getting those taken off to get sold. And yeah, I probably owe you a little bit better of an explanation on how this came about. So I did end up selling the old farm to that younger couple who really wanted to be there in the center of town, and I did get about between 1.3 and 1.4. I can't remember the exact number. And I bought this farm and acquired all this new equipment and stuff like that with the extra money. And yeah, this is my first harvest season here, and that went I will say that went pretty great. So we've got to get our bale trailer unloaded here. But yeah, we've got this is a very nice setup compared to what I did have. And also the kicker on selling that property was they wanted to keep the greenhouses there, and they wanted to continue my little side hustle I had started, so I still get a portion of that with my name being on all the stuff for the greenhouse, so that's pretty nice. It's not that much. It's probably only about, in the dead months, is anywhere between $7,000 and $10,000 extra a month, and through maybe the colder months, thanks to the lettuce, which they've amped up on the stuff, it can get up there around like 15 to 20. But I mean, so far we've been doing pretty good. We got lucky, and the farmer who owned this farm before us had already planted mostly soybeans and canola and oats, so that made out for a pretty decent harvest this year for us. In October, of course, we'll get the 3 fields of soybeans. Excuse me. We'll get the 3 fields of soybeans harvested and put those in the silo as well. Um, I mean, I'd like to say we're doing pretty decent now that we've got everything kind of fixed up here. We've cleared out the main fields here. Now in October, whenever I harvest these 2 soybean fields, I think I'm gonna do some switching around here. What I'd like to do is, it sounds, it probably sounds crazy right now at this particular moment, but I'd love to make these 3 separate fields, either one big field like these 2, or another thing I thought about doing was just taking all 5 fields here in this little square and creating one massive field. Now that would work for mainly like one crop type, obviously, but as far as what that would most likely be a switch back and forth, because we would want to do soybeans on a field that large, which as of right now, I'm thinking maybe just turning one of these middle fields here into my main soybean field. But like I said, it's some decent size. So I mean, we're looking at 5 smaller fields, this medium-sized field, and then that large one. So, and eventually, obviously, I would love to buy the field on the edge there, and that would become my soybean field. And this field here is awesome as well. I'd love to own that someday, but those are dreams. As of right now, um, once we own that many fields, we would definitely need more equipment, though. That would be the thing for most of that, especially once we own that large one there. That's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of tending to that one. Now, one thing we will have to do next, obviously, my seeder is self-drilling, but my planter is not. So whatever I plan on, most likely that larger field back there, I plan on letting that sit idle, I think. I think that would be my best bet at this point, to plant the soybeans, just to have some type of large soybean harvest. But at the same time, I kind of want to hold that and maybe do one big field of oats. So a lot of thinking uh, with this new farm here. But luckily, like I said, enough money left over. We had plenty of money to buy new equipment. So definitely a lot of stuff going on here. But it is a beautiful property, nonetheless. I think what I might do, I need to ride out there and throw the drone up, I think. And maybe look at the whole farm, bigger picture here. Let's find us a good spot. Oh, watch out for the fence, Gage. Come on, learn how to drive. This four-wheeler's going to need some tuning up soon, so we're going to need to perform some maintenance on it. So, let's go into construction mode here and then pull up little sky view for us. So yeah, we've got three decent sized fields here. Altogether, that would be a massive field. Pretty much almost, well, a little bit smaller this field is. So that would be a huge field. That would be great to put. I'm thinking like if I join these three together, then that's a great option for this soybean field, right? And then maybe canola here, oat here, and definitely would want to use these smaller fields here for most likely canola. But I think those are pretty good options for us in the long run. Now, if I stick to that plan, of course, then this field would have to sit idle. So I'm thinking for right now, we go ahead and um, get our soybeans harvested, obviously, and we need to go ahead and plant canola in whichever field we want to, obviously, as well. So maybe this year, looking now, maybe we go ahead and plant, we'll do canola in this field this year. That'll be okay. And we'll do, I'm thinking canola in this one as well. That's pretty much the same too, just different sizes, obviously. This one had canola in it as well, so that'll be the main focus primarily. But yeah, I mean, we got, like I said, we've got quite a bit of fields here, and I think merging these three obviously together would be a good ticket. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and merge these three together after the soybean harvest, of course, and I could plant some oats on it to get a large oat harvest, and that would be a lot of bales, some of which I could actually save till it gets cold outside when the price is better. So I would say right now, for sure, we need to go ahead and get the seeder ready, obviously. I'm going to get the tractor warmed up, and I'm going to get the Klaus warmed up and get it attached to the seeder and get out there to the field, and I'll bring you guys back in so you can watch us do some planting. What's going on, guys? We are currently planting canola in this newer field that I took two smaller fields, plowed them together, plowed through the little road that they had in the middle, and so yeah, we'll have a decent size canola field here, and then of course I'm going to plant canola on them other two fields. Now, after soybean harvest in October this year, I'll probably merge these three fields together, like I was saying, and I think we're going to plant oat on that. That'll give us a decent oat crop, and maybe even that smaller field with the soybeans on it at the top of the property as well. We might do some oat on that. I'm going to have as much, excuse me, I want to have as much surface area as I can on this farm for the oat, since we do a lot of bale work now. And also, that will put us having one down year off of soybeans unless I can make enough money on the canola and oat when we sell them to maybe purchase another field to put soybeans in. But for right now, I want to say our only option really would be 55, and that is $410,000, which we do not have. Now, let's see, that's 614. That's 397. That wouldn't be bad to own either. Which is bad boy. Woo, 772. Oh, well, that's all the land you get with that. So, yeah, well, that's obviously I think if we end up buying most of this, then that would be then me Andrew would own like, let's see, because Andrew owns all of this here except for these two fields, which is an older couple's farm. He has been trying, because his house is right here, and then all of this is his fields. And then this older couple here have these two fields they still tend to, and they seem to enjoy that. And of course, I still own the land and the greenhouses over here. So yeah, maybe that one's not like quite a reach from this one. I mean, it's only about $13,000 in between the two, but I would have to wait and see if I even get close to that number. If we did get close to it, then it would definitely be after turning in the soybeans in June, which does set us up for purchasing it, obviously. But who knows? We're definitely going to find out here soon, because the plan for this farm is nothing but growth over the next couple of years. Let's see, we're going to leave this field idle, obviously. Right here that we just got the baling done on this morning. And let's see. Yeah, we'll harvest them soybeans out of them two fields. Pull everything together real nice, and we'll have quite the crop, I think. Definitely going to plant oat on that, because that will be a good amount of bales, I think. So yeah, guys, we'll probably I'm gonna work throughout the day, get these two fields planted and rolled with the help of an AI worker, most likely. Um, and yeah, we'll get all this done. I need to practice my driving skills when I'm recording, because I can drive the mess out of these tractors on here and back up anything, and as soon as I hit record on this, I just forget how to drive. So yeah, we'll get these fields planted today, and I'll bring you guys back later in the day so you can see exactly what we have. Guys, I've got to stay off Facebook Marketplace, but a guy across town was looking for a small utility tractor and some cash on top for this Valtra, and this thing had like 50 more horsepower than my Zetor did, so I sent a picture of it to him, and he said, yeah, that about $5,000. So I ran right over there. So now we definitely have enough horsepower to do anything with any of our tractors almost. So yeah, I'll try to stay off Facebook Marketplace for the rest of this month, obviously. I think I'll try anyways. But this was too good of a deal. I had to run and get this. What's up, guys? I'm just in the shop here doing some maintenance. I want to get a bigger roller since I'm about to have such large fields, so I'm just doing some maintenance on the roller, the planter, and the cultivator right now. The way I see it, I want a bigger roller so I can sell this one. The roller I'm looking at is like 40 grand, so I figure maybe get 10 for this. I'm thinking selling the planter because the seeder I have does everything I need it to. I think the reason I had bought this in the first place is because it was wider. It's like 9 meters as opposed to the 6 meters that the seeder is, but it really doesn't take that long to do them fields with that seeder, so go ahead and get maybe somewhere around 75 for this, somewhere between 70 and 80 grand for that, and then I figure this is worth another 10 or 12. So I'm gonna get these fixed up. I did have someone come by and touch up the paint on the cultivator just to make it look pretty, but yeah, I'm gonna get these finished up and make sure everything's tight on them and they're working properly, and then I'm going to post them online. And yeah, hopefully I get a good price on all three of them and I can get the roller I want. Hey guys, good afternoon. Same day I got my roller. I had to wait not too long, probably about, I think I had those things online for like 2 hours, and actually the people who bought my old farm, he obviously had my cell phone number. That guy just called me and he was like, "Hey man, I literally need both of those things. My planter just crapped out." And I was like, "No problem, dude. You want me to bring them to you? You want to come pick them up?" And he's like, "I'm right across this one field from you. I got you, dude." And I was like, "Hey, no problem." Now he got those. I went up there to get the roller I wanted at the store. I already knew I wanted the one off the showroom. So I mean, it's decent. It's about, whoa, dude. That was, sheesh. These people who do not know how to drive in Elm Creek, I promise. But yeah, I went and got this, and they were trying to sell me a bunch of other stuff, right? Now, originally, I told them like, nah, but here, how about this for you? I got a Vultra tractor that I'm not really using that much, and it don't have enough horsepower to pull this thing. So how about I sell you that? So I ended up using the Vulture to take the implements over to the old farm, and I took the Vulture to the shop and sold it, and pretty much it paid for 3/4 of this roller. So I've got quite a bit of money in the bank. So that worked out perfectly for us. Let's see, I'll put this in one of these sheds over here. So yeah, that worked out pretty sweet. And now next month we're set up for our soybean harvest. And then the month after that, we're turning in canola. Month after that, we're turning in the oat. We're gonna be getting a lot done. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring you guys back for the soybean harvest right now, or just wait until November when we're turning in and getting some profit. So either way, we've got everything we need. Where I'll sit here and I'll see you guys in a month or two. What's going on, guys? We've been busy. We did turn in our oat and our canola harvest in the wintertime. Obviously, that gave us a little bit of money, not too much, but we have been able to not spend any of it, which was good. And then we made probably around 25,000 through the winter on our greenhouse productions. And now we're going to take our soybean harvest in and see exactly what we are working with. Now I would love to stick to the plan of buying the field at the edge of our property there, but as we know, that is $410,000, and if we do reach that with this harvest, that's still going to be pretty much, I think, all of our money. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. This is only 50% of a trailer here. Soybeans are good profit, but you know what I should do? I should check and see where the best price is right now. Since farmers market, feeding rates, they're not too much of a difference. I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference. If I can't, excuse me, if I can't have enough to make it to November, pretty much, then I probably wouldn't buy that field anyways, as much as I want to. I don't want to put myself in a situation to fail or have to sell any of my equipment right now. So we'll see what we get here. The land's 410. That other field's 390, but it's a little bit further away from us. We'll see what happens. 437. So that's that is a difficult decision. Um, you know what? We'll get back to the farm and look at something real quick. Now I think planted on that field now is oat. I did do a contract on it for fertilizing, so it is 100% fertilized. I know that. Hmm. I'm trying to think what my best option would be here. um, I don't really want to put I don't want to really put myself in a situation where I'm super broke and not able to get through the planting seasons. Obviously, excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh man, decisions. And plus, then if anything good pops up in the store, that something that I might actually need, I won't be able to get it. So, hmm, decisions. I sold my four wheeler, by the way. I didn't get a lot of money for it, but I wasn't really using it that much. Every time I got to pop around the farm or something, I was hopping in the truck or just running there. So I was like, one less thing to do maintenance on. Okay, so it's June right now. Everything gets harvested next month. Let's go to farmland here. Why am I all the way over there? Geez. So our options are, of course, this farmland here, which is 410, because it comes with this area. It's just a flat. I mean, even if I rented a plow and put a field in here, that'd be super small. And then we have this area, which is about 13,000 cheaper, which is always good. Super expensive. Super expensive. Um, 30 also expensive. These are trying times, but I would like to say, hmm, this is just me thinking out loud right now. Obviously, I think this is the better decision right now because in real life, if you had like 2 months and 20,000 bucks, then you could probably make it. Obviously, you know what? Yep, we're gonna do it, and it's ours. We bought that land. Very good. Now we have so much work to do. Uh, so much work to do next month on the harvest season. So yeah, we'll be officially on that land, and we've got 26,000 bucks. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so I'm trying to think what we should do next. Um, Not much because we ain't got much money, huh? Well, you better get ready, buddy, because we've got a lot of harvesting to do. So, just to, I guess, go over everything one more time. Look at it. With all the modifications to this field as well, we now have 3 fields of canola and 3 fields of oat. Now that is, ooh, that's a lot of work. But oh well. I guess we'll ain't nothing you can do but do it. I guess so. I'm gonna have a very busy harvest season this year. I guess on the bright side of things, though, I could, just to have a little bit of pocket change, yeah, I'll harvest everything. I'll bale all three, even though it's more work, I'll bale all three of the oat fields. I'll save one full trailer and put it in one of these sheds, right? And save that till winter. Obviously with the oat harvest. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. And then we'll let maybe our two largest fields, we'll let them sit idle. Yeah. We'll let them sit idle maybe and then plant soybeans on those, and that'll be a pretty big harvest. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Does it look like I know what I'm doing? No, it doesn't. But okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and be frustrated, and I'll probably bring you guys back at least after I get the canola freaking harvested. God, this is gonna be a lot of work. What's going on, you guys? I've We're here in November. I've spent most of the morning today working on this little Landini tractor I bought. It and the weight, which is almost bigger than the tractor, was on sale for about 20,000. Saw it on Facebook, so I went and got it. Didn't take too much. It just needed a new air filter and some lines replaced. But let's see if it'll. Yep, cranked right up. Very good. I figured this would be good for moving stuff around the farm, so that's why I bought it. Speaking of the farm, we've been doing some work around here. I had some guys come and take the trees that were growing in the middle of the lot out here out, and some of these right here as well. Um, and then I had the guys that built my shed come out and move it over here where I had this concrete slab poured. Now, here's the questions that you're going to ask. Oh, yeah, and I got this new shed too. Needed a little bit bigger one. But as far as to answer your questions, harvest went good. We're actually going to turn in our canola harvest today, but I'll show you what we got here on the dial. So as you can see, we ended up with almost 67,000 liters of oat and almost 40,000 of canola. So that's really good. And don't even get me started on bales. We've got a lot of bales this year. We'll probably have even more next year. Now, as far as the planting season, I'll go into sky mode here just to give you a look. We've got boom canola, new field, boom canola, boom canola, and boom canola. Now, my neighbor here, he planted that huge field he's got in canola. I wish I had enough money to buy that. That's a good profit. I've left these two fields idle for right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant. I know I'm going to plant like oat on one of them because I need to keep up with the bales and my contracts on that, and then the other one, whichever one I choose, is going to be soybeans. So yeah, we're going pretty good here. Now we do need to take our canola harvest, so let's go and see where we're taking that this year. Let's see. Looks like I think we'll go ahead and take it to the farmer's market. That's the best. Let's go ahead and go with the best price. I'd usually just take it to Feed Grain South, most likely to avoid using all the gas, but we'll use the truck. It won't take that long. We've got about a load and a quarter to take this year. But yeah, so we'll turn in our canola harvest today, and then probably around the middle of next month in December is when we're going to have to take most of the oat and the bales, which is going to be the big payday, obviously. Now, depending on how much I have left, I might leave the partial load of canola in the silo this year just to have it added on to all this that we're going to harvest next year. I've been trying not to buy anything, although I did buy that Landini tractor. But like I said, if I can just stay off Facebook Marketplace, then I would be fine. Because we're going to need this money from this harvest most likely to finish our construction here on the farm. I would like a different hay shed, pretty much, one I can just drive straight through and unload on the side. Both sides preferably, because our bales are eventually going to get out of hand. And also, I feel like even with the purchase of that Landini, we might end up needing another tractor eventually. Both of ours have got a lot of hours on them, and I just don't want to get in a situation where we end up having to buy 2 tractors at once, if I can help it. Old train station. See, with us being so close to the train station, usually I would say I should sell my grain and stuff that way. But I think usually when I look at prices, it about rounds up to the same as the highest out of the other 2 or 3 places it gives you for each crop. It's just you're paying $1,000 to rent that train. So that's why I usually try not to use it. It about cuts even for just a little bit of driving. They got a good, I think they were playing a ball game today as well, which is pretty cool. Me and the old lady might go watch the late game tonight. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna break the law real quick and cut across this grass and we'll come and just cut onto the exit ramp. No need in doing the full crescent shape here. Let's see what we got going on. Nothing. But yeah, this farm's gonna grow at a gradual pace, I would like to say. I would look into, if we get as much as I'm hoping we do for the bales and the grain next month, I would say it's possible to buy another field, but I also don't want to get outside of my territory, and there's only 2 fields kind of left there. And those are massive. I definitely don't have the equipment to tend to those right now. I prefer if it didn't take a whole month to plant a field, and they're both high cost right now. One of them, the cheaper one, the weird angle one, it's about $397 if I remember, which isn't too bad. And then the super big one is almost 700,000. So I would probably look into the more rectangle of the 2, if anything. But you never know with me. I am crazy. So let's see what kind of money we get for our canola this year. Come on, price go up, price go up, price go up. Gives me time to drink some coffee. Not too bad, 125. And that would leave us with 5,780. I think I'm going to leave that in there. Yeah, I think my best bet is to leave that in there. So, yeah, I'm going to go back and work on that tractor a little more, and I'll get back with you guys. What's going on, guys? We are getting ready to turn in our grain and our bales today. Looks like we are going to, I think I'm going to go the cereal factories a little bit more, but it's further away. We'll do Johnson's Farmers Market for this one, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let a worker take the grain for me, and I am going to run behind them with the bales, because those will most likely be going to the, let's see, hay, right? Hay, straw, it's all about the same. Biomass, yeah. So let's see. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Let me get myself situated here. Okay. So yeah, well, we ain't got that many options. It looks like the farmers market is taking hay right now. Then again, I don't know. Let's see. I've never even thought about the fact. Is that, would it be hay or straw? I'm so confused. I've never even thought about that. Hmm. You know what? I'm going to look it up really quick before I do anything. Alright, guys, I'm sure someone's like, dude, come on, man, in the comments. But apparently mine's straw, and there's only $1 difference, and I'm right here by the biomass plant. So I'm not even going to really worry about that as much since I'll be heading that way anyways. So I will be taking this, letting the worker take this to Johnson's Farmers Market, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure this guy, well, it probably won't let me do that. It'll want you to be on the road, huh? And then I just have to switch over to my truck. I've already got some bales loaded up. Like I said, this is not going to be a long drive for me. I'll probably have most of the bales done by the time the worker gets to the farmer's market. But at least we get to see how much our work has paid off for us this year. Just by actually saving everything till it's the highest. So hopefully, yep, I was about to say, I want to make sure that worker had left like they were supposed to. I know it takes them a while. Hopefully this is a pretty good income for us because we won't be running, unless we were able to buy some land, we won't have this many bales next year like we have this year. So preferably next year when we have fewer bales, we want to save those so they're definitely worth more. Let's see, let's get in the little rectangle here. Unload bales. Yeah, 21,000. That's awesome. That's better than nothing. So now we need to go back and load up some more. I think we've got probably about 2 full trailers, maybe a little bit more. I didn't count. I should have counted, or at least kept track of how many trailers we filled up during the baling process, but I was sometimes just being one person doing it all, you lose track of everything, which would not be good in real life. Because my argument for this game would be like, some people say auto load trailers and stuff like that are cheating and it's not authentic. And like the way I play, I do a little bit of realism, and then I also want to stick to the fact that if you had a farm, you would not, I repeat, would not be able to do everything by yourself. And if you did have help, none of these, the prices for most of this stuff, if you look it up, I mean, at least where I live, it's never anywhere close to what this game says. It doesn't cost, if you were to rent a tractor like the Klaus I have or anything like that, at least where I live, it's not going to cost you $14,000 to rent that. You're gonna walk in there, tell them what you want to rent. You can probably get a bunch of implements for it, and it's gonna cost you like maybe at the most $4,000 to rent that thing for a week. Like I said, where you live, it might be different, but I mean, I've rented a. When you rent an excavator on here, it's about the same. They're like, yeah, that's gonna cost you $17,000 to rent, and it's like $17,000 for the initial rental, and then you're paying $600 or $700 a day to have it. And I'm like, yeah, here where I'm at, you're gonna pay like a $500 deposit, and then it costs you like $250 a day to rent that excavator, and they like drop it off and pick it up for you. You don't have to go get it. So I guess it just depends. I know they're trying to make the game more fun and stuff like that, but like I said, I'll do some realism on here just for the sake of the game, and I think it's fun. But I'm gonna play the way I want to play. I mean, the whole reason I play this game is because I really enjoy it. So I'm not gonna sit here and make this like a 9 to 5 that would make you miserable most of the time. I'm not gonna do a bunch of random stuff on here trying to make myself not like the game. It's it's the same thing with like my recording process. A lot of people have said like, oh well, you're all over the whoops, hit the fence. That see like realism, that would have absolutely demolished that fence. But yeah, it's a game. I don't want to. I don't want to make this a job. I want to make this not only my hobby, but just something I enjoy doing. A lot of people, anyways, like I was saying, a lot of people will say with my recording process, like, "Oh, you're in and out a lot," and I have things that I do. Like I have a family and stuff like that, and me having recording time is a pleasure in the first place, um, because it's a lot to deal with. So the fact that my wife and kids are nice enough to give me maybe 30 minutes at a time to record little snippets of stuff so I can splice them together and make the video, I'm grateful for that. It's a long process. It's something I enjoy, and like I said, the whole reason I started recording in the first place was to maybe end up finding a community of people who enjoy doing the same thing I do. And plus, I watch other people do it so much. I was like, I mean, it's obviously something fun to do. So I just want to get that out there. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm having a great time. I hope people. I try not to pay attention to like what my YouTube videos are doing. Like obviously, I look at them and I'm like, yeah, I got like 3 views on. I don't know how many videos I've done so far. Maybe like 12 or 14, and I've got like maybe combined 14 views and like 2 thumbs ups, which might be bots in the first place. I don't know. I try not to get into it like that. This is for fun. It's not my job. I have a full-time job, and if this one day, if hard work and perseverance paid off and this was just what I did full time, then I would be extremely grateful for it. But I've been doing this for not even a year so far, so I try not to listen to all the noise if I can help it. But anyways, back to the game. I am going to put this under here. Whoops, wrong button, Gage. I'm going to put this under here because that shed back there right beside us will probably be going away when my new hay shed gets here, which I still have to go and talk to some people about that. Anyways, I've looked at 2 companies. They've got some nice sheds, but nothing I'm really looking for. I'm looking for a drive-in and a drive-out situation. So I haven't found the perfect one for that yet. See if I can, there's the AI worker. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn in our oats. I would usually, if I'm off camera turning in, I use the truck just because it's faster. Eventually, as the farm grows even more, we might have to look into getting a semi or a lorry. If you're in the UK or overseas anywhere, a lorry. We might have to get a bigger trailer and a big truck, obviously. But we'll handle that when we come to it. Let's see what we end up with here. 3 nights. 340. So that means if we have another full trailer back at the farm, we would probably make enough to buy that weird looking field, which I do not know if that's what we're going to do yet. I want to see what we have going on as far as like make sure all of our equipment's good, make sure I've got sheds that I need. And also, I don't think we're like necessarily in a rush to get more land. We're doing great with what we have. I would love to buy that field when there's a crop on it, necessarily. If you catch my drift, I would love to buy that field and then harvest a crop off of it. If I just get an empty field, then I'm paying almost $400,000 for land that I can't do anything till March at the most. Yeah, March, because that would be me planting oat for the most part. And I don't know if we want to make that kind of big investment for something that's going to sit there for 3 months and not have anything. So I mean, like I said, I'll get the rest of the money for this harvest probably. I might go ahead and take that canola to like Feeding Grain South too. I don't know yet. I want to see what the full profit is. So I'll probably get back to the farm, load up, and take the rest of our stuff in the silo off real quick, and I'll bring you guys back in as soon as I'm dumping the last trailer. Alright guys, I am getting back to the farm here. I went to Feeding Grain South with the second load of oats, and as you see, we ended up with $446,000. A little bit over 190, but yeah, I'm definitely going to leave the 5,000 liters of canola in the silo to go with the huge amount that we are harvesting next year. Hopefully by then we've got a semi, because that's going to be a lot of trips. If we don't have one, that's fine. We just buckle down and do the work, you know. So I am probably going to get off now and put the GoPro down. I've got some meetings today with some contractors about possibly getting the yard reworked here and getting some different sheds in place to go better with all the things we do here on this farm. And yeah, I would say I'll probably speak with you guys again in March, most likely. I'll bring you guys back in for either March or April. If I decide oat on both fields, March, and then if I decide oat and soybeans in 2 separate fields, then that'll be 2 months in a row we're GoProing the seeding process. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple of months.